Hey guys, if you like this video, please give a thumbs up, share it and subscribe so that I can keep bringing content to y'all. The mainland imperial martial art transmitted secrets is a legend about a book called The Catalog of Nine and Cave Recipes written by an ancient magic emperor who recorded all of his studies and knowledge. The ancient Devil King is the strongest in his continent, and the book is said to contain the secrets to reaching the world of heaven and earth. The book is currently in the possession of the magic emperor Zhu Yifan, but its existence has been leaked, making him the target of all martial arts experts. A disciple of Zhu Yifan, Zhao Cheng, is worried as the 7 emperors are on their way to demand the book. The magic emperor is not afraid of them as they are not a match for his strength, but they can defeat his troops. When they arrive, they demand that he hand over the book, but the magic emperor sees them as insects. The emperors will not let the magic emperor go, but he can defeat all of them if they band together. The magic emperor is the enemy of the whole sanctuary, and the book is a relic of the ancient emperor in the name of the Holy Land. Despite his villainous reputation, the magic emperor wishes to destroy everything. But Zhao Cheng advises him to surrender as the emperors are the strongest of the Holy Land. However, it is revealed that Zhao Cheng is the traitor who leaked the information from the book and mountain troops, and he is the one who ultimately causes the magic emperor's demise. The magic emperor destroys the book with himself and reincarnates in the body of a boy. He meets another boy who asks for help from Zhuo Fan, but he is unaware that he is the magic emperor in the body of Zhu Fan. He uses the 9 secret technique Drain Touch to absorb the power of the other boy and repair his body, but it will be a long time before he can return to the Holy Land. Meanwhile, he comes across 2 feuding families, the Luo and Sun families, and wants to help the Luo family, with whom he has a connection, but something happens that prevents him from doing so. Zhu Yifan is a practitioner of magic who is experiencing chest pain. He discovers that his heart, meridian function, and breathing are all normal, but he is sure that the pain vanishes when he sees Miss Luo. He realizes that this pain is caused by his training and the fact that his body is not suitable for magic. He discovers that this pain is caused by heart magic, which is a curse that affects practitioners who are exposed to magic. They cannot freely do according to their hearts, and if they break, they will die. Zhuo Fan first combines the memories of the kid to know what type of heart magic this is and learns it is a result of the sacrifice of the kid's father for Luo's family. He decides to ask Uncle Peng to teach him to practice and to become a guardian. Uncle Peng tells him that he is too weak to be a guardian and that it is still too early, but he will teach him the basics. Zhuo Fan is determined to work hard and become strong so that he can protect Miss Luo and her family. Bandits arrived and attempted to assassinate everyone, including Zhuo's parents. Zhuo Fan suggests that Miss should quickly run with the young master, but he is unable to protect Luo's family due to his weakness. He is determined to protect the Luo family and Miss Luo, so as long as Zhuo Fan violates them, the body will trigger heart magic. Zhuo Fan is angry and questions why the condition is like this and whether he has to be someone else's slave for the rest of his life. He finds killing people even better than this situation. He is the magic emperor of the Holy Land and now has to serve a small family. Zhuo Fan comes in front of the families that are disputing and asks Miss, regarding spiritual martial arts, what's wrong with giving it to them, and describes that he doesn't want to lose her life, and that will be a huge loss for the Luo family. Miss recognizes him as a Zhuo Fan despite the fact that he is still alive. Zhuo Fan finds the weakest bandit in the 6th layer, and Sun Guanjia has a large kai between them, so with his current strength, it will be a battle of life or death. Zhuo Fan says that they are already on the edge, so why defend them? Miss asks Zhuo Fan to stop talking nonsense and leave them. Miss asks to let the kid go, but Sun decides to kill the kid first, then the others. One of the bandits attacked Zhuo Fan, and he found an opponent on the 7th level, and there was only one chance to defeat him. Zhuo Fan snatched the sword and defeated the opponent, then took Miss and his brother and ran away to protect their lives. Sun becomes angry and decides to kill Zhuo Fan when he catches him. Miss and her brother ask Zhuo Fan to let them go back, but her brother insults Zhuo Fan, calling him a dog slave. Zhuo Fan asks Miss if she wants to leave and warns her that the enemy is looking for them. Miss's brother becomes furious and demands that Zhuo Fan return them. Zhuo Fan becomes angry and asks if Miss's brother will believe it if he opens and hits the butt. Miss's brother is furious and calls Zhuo Fan a slave dog. Miss comments that Zhuo Fan is too much, but he doesn't regret doing this and comments that it's a small punishment for his brother. Zhuo Fan decides to go to the fog forest and asks Miss to hold his brother in front of the road while she escapes. Miss suggests that Zhuo Fan accompany the young master so that she can divert the bandits, but Zhuo Fan refuses. He warns that if she does not accompany him, he will not look after his brother. If she leaves, Zhuo Fan will immediately murder his brother. He suggests it is better to kill the bandits here. Miss finds Zhuo Fan crazy to defeat them by himself, while Sun Guanji has a large amount of kai power and there are 4 more strong people with him. Zhuo Fan tells him that the rubbish is no match for him, and he demands that he follow his opinion or surrender to them. He asks for the spiritual stone Luo's family's last hope to give him or fight. Miss hands him the stone and warns him that it is a family heirloom and that if he lies, she will not let him go. Zhuo Fan uses that book knowledge, and by using the array method with a spiritual stone, he opens 9 remote ghost gates and uses the evil spirit to remove the fog. Fan will teach the miss how to cast spells on them and advise her to wait until the bandits die. Sun Guanji enters the foggy forests and hosts the Peng, but he advises him to kill him now or else he will kill Sun. Sun Guanji found someone sitting under a tree who had killed the big man. Fan said hello and was waiting for them, and Sun ordered them to kill him. Those two bandits attack Fan but become paralyzed and fall into his hands. Fan has agreed to hand over the two to Sun Guanjia, but Sun Guanjia must guarantee his future. Sun Guanjia wants to know why Fan betrayed Luo's family, but Fan is also curious to know why Sun Guanjia did the same. Fan argues that now that the Luo family has been defeated, the people cannot continue to destroy themselves. He can't build a family on the strength of one person. Using their lives to exchange for a better life is common sense. Fan gives the red rope to Sun Guanjia, at the end of which the two are hiding. But in the middle, there are many turns, and he is the only one who can distinguish between them and suggests using the rope as a signal to be safe. Sun Guanjia finds it interesting that the rope is to track them and find a way back from the misty forest. Sun Guanjia agrees to the deal and hopes Fan does not lie to him. All the same, he doesn't trust him, and they laugh. Fan got abused as a dog slave, and he was tricked and betrayed by the Peng, who was unaware of what Fan's plans were. All of them led the way, and Fan stopped and spoke. He brought Sun Guanjia to Huangquan Road. It's the place where bandits will die. Sun Guanjia tries to attack Fan, but he escapes. They try to go back, but the red rope has been cut, and Peng Tongling has also disappeared. Sun Guanjia is fooled and trapped in the misty forest. When Sun Guanjia speaks, he says that he will kill Fan in response to hearing that he doesn't have a chance to kill him. Sun Guanjia has doubts that maybe it's a Ray method. They have been controlled and disappeared, and Peng Tongling has also been saved. Fan helps Miss follow him and stay focused so he can use extraordinary power to kill them. Some types of ghosts came to those bandits and ill-treated them. At last, Sun Guanjia asks Fan who exactly he is, and in response, he goes to hell and asks the Hell King. After all, worldly things return to worldly things, soil returns to the soil, and the ghost in the cave returns to him. Tactical disposition may be out of control, but the original magic has been exhausted, and the more breakthrough times like this one there are, the more valuable the achievements become. This time, he broke through and compared to the last time. The pulse widened, and the energy located in acupuncture points is 3 times higher than the normal gathered strength level. Now that he has made a breakthrough, he needs to practice some martial arts. Luo's family calls Fan, and Miss has some questions in his head about where he has been, how the array suddenly got out of control, and where the fog has gone. It's probably because the Linchin is too small, so the array becomes defective and then goes out of control. Fan just went to see if Sun Guanjia was dead or not, but fortunately, no one escaped. Peng Tongling used to curse Fan because he didn't know. He is setting up the trap for bandits and asks if he wants to punish him. But Fan behaves kindly and respects him, saying that since he is the head guard of Luo's family, he can't punish him. Fan gives credit to Miss for her help. When she helped, he was able to defeat them. Peng Tongling becomes happy that they have the power of Brother Zhu, and it's time to rise for Luo's family. Now, Luo's family has no more threats, so they decided to go to the Feng Kai family city. The son of the Kai family leader will marry his lady. The Feng Kai family is the biggest family in Feng City, and Yifen thinks if they can bring Ms. Luo's family to them, then the magic of the heart may disappear. The person who sent Sun Guanjia and others reported to him that Sun Guanjia has failed, and the Luo family has been ordered to continue monitoring them in Feng City. Shaizhai meets his master lying down on the bed, making sure that his friend is waiting for him until he has the palm of the returning dragon. Fan compares Feng City to a small village. Miss and Yunai first meet the Kai family and then pick up Peng and Fan later. Peng suggests having some rest, but Fan wants to go on a tour of the city first. Yunai annoys Fan by saying he is in this city because of his sister, and Fan kicks off Yunai. Miss asks why he is behaving like a child, but he responds that his brother started first and gets rid of him if she finds him slightly inappropriate. Peng thought about how he could dare to kick his master. Fan found a jade master disputing with a lady that his jade was fake. Fan has a way to prove it's fake jade. Fan comes to the person who is selling jade and says that the jade he is holding is fake and that what the lady is saying is true. Fan says he will prove that the jade is fake. The seller says the kid is talking nonsense and trying to defend himself by saying his jade is not fake. Fan tries to explain by using the liquid, sulfur, and sediment that everyone can find around here. Now if the jade is soaked here, it will be fake. The jade is a clone, so it began to fade once it soaked into the water, and it really turned out to be fake. The lady said the fake jade was equivalent to 3 spiritual stones. People begin throwing stones at the jade seller for selling them fake jade. The seller decides not to forgive Fan. The young master is really good. This lady just knows it's fake, but she doesn't know how to prove this. Fan has been experiencing this type of thing, so he knows how to prove it. The young lady just wants to tell everyone that it's fake and doesn't have any intention to buy it. Fan observes her and finds his eyes very poisonous because, fortunately, he has enough experience. Fan asks Peng to go back to the inn and borrow his 10 spiritual stones because this is something he wants to do now. On the way, Fan encounters a jade seller who is not afraid of him because he wants to do business and wants to buy his fake jade for 10 spiritual stones, while the lady claims it is only worth 3 spiritual stones. Fan finds it useful and wants to buy and sell it for a high price, but the seller attacks Fan for destroying his business, and Fan kills the seller and his fighters. Fan says to Feng, "Guard outside and don't let anyone in." Fan found the jade fairy blood, and it's a rare stone. It was formed over thousands of years by accumulating types of pure blood and absorbing Reiki, the quintessence of the sun and moon. According to the 9 books, it can create a bloody baby, and when this baby is born, it can kill people with malignant blood. It can also cultivate holy blood, even though the power of emperors can't provoke it. He pours his blood into the stone and considers himself extremely fortunate. Fan remembers that if anyone wants to practice the bloody baby, they must first drop fresh blood on it, until her spirit is the same as fairy blood, to feel her heart. But he lost too much blood. He started to get dizzy. Fan thinks to use fairy blood for a bloody baby. He has only this chance, and if he gives up now, there is no other chance. Once it starts, he can only continue, but it's not good for him, and he is afraid that if he continues, it will endanger his life. Fan thought he must give up because if his soul disappears, what does the fairy blood mean? In the flashback, Fan is thinking of all who want him to die, the 7 emperors and his servant, whom he nourishes but betrays Fan. Fan finds himself not dead yet, and he is the magic emperor, so whatever he is missing, he destroys the fairy stone to get back its blood and uses it to create a bloody baby. Finally, he succeeds in implanting a bloody baby and unexpectedly finds it easy to do so. Now that Fan has a bloody baby, the martial arts that he will use and develop next have been decided. Fan came out of the room, and Lao Peng asked if he was done with his business. Kai Fu has come to remind them. Lao Peng was guarding the doors for 10 days because Lao Peng didn't want anyone to bother Fan. He wondered why Lao Peng was not curious to know what he did inside for 10 days. Lao Peng doesn't want to know because it's Fan's business, and Fan will definitely tell him when he is ready. Then he asks them to go quickly. The young lady and master are waiting for them. Fan experienced such unconditional trust for the first time. They reached the Feng family house but were stopped by the guards at the door, who behaved badly. Fan pulls Lao Peng and goes inside. He finds the young master in a hut, and his sister goes to his fiancé, Kai Xiaotang, who cancels the marriage contract and says to return. Fan becomes enraged at Kai's daring and confronts them, giving Kai, Xiaotang Mrs. Fiancé, and Yufei, whom Xiaotang admires, a tied slap. Kai said, his age is younger than that of Xiaotang, but his speed is incredible. Xiaotang and Yufei were considered geniuses, but even then they didn't react in time and got 2 direct slaps from Fan. It seems Fan has spent a lot of time with Luo's family. Fan wipes the tears from Mrs. eyes and takes her back, but Xiaotang and Yufei stop them from going and order them to kneel down. Then they let them go, and Yufei blackmails Luo Yunqing to kneel down, saying that if she does not then his brother will lose their lives. Lao Peng becomes angry, and Fan impulses them. Meanwhile, the head of the Kai family comes. Fan finds him in the Layer 8 Fond realm, and the head is surprised to hear that. Head has long heard that Luo's family is recruiting a new butler, but he did not expect him to be so young, and he finds him mysterious. Head has the power that supports him, so he doesn't need to be afraid. Yufei asks Uncle Kai to punish them. Uncle Kai warns Yunqing that he is very kind to her and his brother, but if they don't pay back, then they will only create problems for him. Fan thinks he is getting older. He is bullying a little girl, and he says whatever he wants to say to him and also does not pretend to be good to them. Fan speaks. If they want to discuss and talk, they can, but don't forget about the marriage contract issue because Fan causes a commotion, so Uncle Kai is not sympathetic and gives them 2 options, fight or die. Fan attacks Uncle Kai first, then he attacks. But Fan safely dodges the attack and asks to see his son. Fan warns that he can kill their son at any time, so be careful. Uncle Kai stops, and Luo's family leaves. But Fan warns again that if he doesn't care about his warning, he will finish them off. Yufei becomes angry and decides to take revenge. Fan inquires about the 7 Empire family, to which Miss responds that they used to live in Guanian Shuang and had nothing to do with them. But now they live in the line, and if they come across one of the 7 Empire families, they must flee immediately, even if it's one of their dogs. Young Miss is always calm, even when she faces Kai's family, number 1 in the city of Feng. Even if they are Luo or Kai families, no matter how strong they are just secular families. But in the Tianyu Empire, at the beginning of the foundation of the Tianyu Empire, the 7 ministers cited received special consent from the Empire family, and they were able to compete with the Empire family. They even have more territory and power than other families. Thus, opposing them is opposing the 7 family empire. The 7 families of the empire are untouchable. No one can do anything to them, and everyone knows about them. Yufei is one of the members of the Sun family, which comes under the 7 family. Miss tries to take Fan to Yufei to apologize, but it is useless. There is only death waiting for them. Yunhai asks Fan to save them once again. He is like a brother to Yunhai, even though he doesn't mind if Fan becomes his brother-in-law. There is Qianlong Pavilion, the most important treasure house. They are powerful and wealthy. The next day they go to Qianlong Pavilion with the intention to form an alliance, but the guard is strong and stops them. Fan speaks to them to notify their master. Ms. Yunzhuang wants to meet her, but they decline. Fan becomes angry and orders the guards to ask his master. They don't have the right to decide. Meanwhile, Pavilion Leader appears, and Zhuo locates its lady, who is claiming that jade is a forgery. The Pavilion Leader introduces herself. She is Long Nui working at Qianlong Pavilion, and Zhuo Fan introduces himself and explains why he has come. He heard that Qianlong Pavilion is a treasure house, so he accompanied Miss Young to sell. Long Nui allows them to come in and show what he wants to sell, and Zhuo Fan presents his writing, drawn from him last night. Long Nui checked it very seriously and found it useful, making an offer of 100,000 spiritual stones, but Zhuo Fan wants more. Zhuo Fan asks to stop the business. Miss Long is not sincere. It's just a rough sketch of the array's first level structure, and 100,000 is enough for her. Miss Long is deceiving Zhuo Fan, and he requests the formation sketch back. Miss Long is now ready to pay 300,000 spiritual stones, but she is still not sincere. Zhuo is still unsure about accepting this offer. The picture is indeed a first-level formation, but there are still many images that she has never seen before, and even though she lost a lot of money, she has to get this formation. Zhuo Fan suspects that and doesn't want to let it go, and Zhuo Fan is not accepting the offer, so Miss Long tries to butter Ms. Luo and explains that within the Tainyu Empire, they can only buy this, and this offer they can't get elsewhere. They will do big business with Pavilion, and they will be the VIP guests, and the Qianlong Pavilion will open for them. Miss Luo understands the support from Pavilion and asks Zhuo Fan to accept the deal, but Zhuo Fan rejects it, and Miss Long really didn't get it. Zhuo Fan asks if the Qianlong Pavilion master is here, and Zhuo Fan wants to meet him. Master Shen Yanlong Jiu of Qianlong Pavilion arrives, and Master recognizes Miss Young of the Luo family, and Zhuo Fan is the Luo family's new butler. Zhuo Fan has doubts about Miss Long Nui's identity, but she has a short career, so Master takes a look at it and offers 1.8 million, which is the best price he can offer, but it is too low for Zhuo Fan, so he cancels the transaction. Master warns him, but if he damages the name and honor of the Qianlong Pavilion, Zhuo Fan bets that Master Zhu doesn't want to damage the reputation of their family. Master Zhu praises him. If the Luo family has a person like him, they don't need to worry about the rise of the Luo family. Master Zhu realizes that Zhuo Fan has not come to sell an array formation, so he inquires about the condition. Zhuo Fan puts the condition its price is $10 million, and he can pay $1 million now and the rest later. Master Zhu accepts, and the Qianlong Pavilion helps them until they pay their debt. Xiao Nui pays the $1 million to them. Mater is afraid. It's only the array in the Tainyu Empire, which is the array that can be seen only in ancient books. Masters Zhu instructs Xiao Nui to inform Mage to find Formanus 5 people to protect the Luo family because they offended Sun's family the day before, and Master Zhu explains to Xiao Nui that this is how they repay the Luo family's debt. Zhuo Fan is sitting in the room, notified by Lao Peng that this is bad because they are surrounded by Sun's family, but Zhuo Fan is so calm because he is waiting for them. Miss Sun calls Luo's family to get out of there, and then Luo's family comes out. Miss Luo wants to know the problem that Miss Sun brings a lot of people to their residence. Miss Sun remembers what the Luo family did at Kai's residence and wants to destroy the Luo family. But Miss Luo doesn't scare because as long as Zhuo Fan is not afraid, everything will be fine. And Miss Luo clearly tells Lady Sun that his family has lived in Linchin for 100 years and it's not easy for Sun's family to destroy the Luo family while the Sun family has only been in Feng City for a few decades. Miss Sun becomes enraged and prepares to attack Miss Luo after hearing this, but his cousin stops her and asks her to forgive his cousin for being rude, explaining that they are only looking for the butler of the Luo family to do justice to his cousin and that it has nothing to do with Miss Luo. Miss Sun wants to destroy the Luo family, so he promises not to hurt anyone if she hands over the butler. His cousin gives him a chance to rebuild a good future, and Miss Luo tells him that butler is his family member, and looking for a problem with him means looking for a problem with the Luo family. He advises Miss Luo not to fight him, and if she knows his identity, she will not dare to fight him. He reveals his identity as Xiaxia Yaoguan, and surprisingly, Miss Luo recognizes him as a member of the 7th family of the Empire. Zhuo Fan comes in front of them and asks to do a one-on-one fight. If Yaoguan loses this fight, it is shameful for Yaming Valley. Yaoguan begins fighting and attacks Zhuo Fan. But he avoids it. Zhuo Fan attacks quickly, injuring Yaoguan slightly. He doubts that Zhuo Fan is a demon cultivator who always pursues power in any way to be the strongest. Yaoguan now seals Zhuo Fan's Kai flow, so even if Zhuo Fan has another skill, he can't use it. Zhuo Fan attacks with Blood Shadow Palm, which affects him a little bit, but Zhuo Fan hurts himself because he uses martial arts when his Kai is sealed, which means Yaoguan can attack with its full power while Zhuo Fan can't. Yaoguan comes to attack, but Miss Luo tries to block the attack. Yaoguan dodges and is about to kill Zhuo Fan. Wang Jai from Qianlong Pavilion comes and stops Yaoguan from killing Zhuo Fan. Yaoguan has killed many people, but it's not enough for him. Yaoguan says not to interfere, but Long Jai was ordered by Uncle Ju to protect the Luo family, and if Yaoguan wants to kill them, he has to pass through Long Jai. Yaoguan and Long Jai have the same power. Yaoguan has wounds, and whether he can beat them or not. But the top class, regardless of the extent of their power, if the time comes they can use up to 12 times the power they can. If Yaoguan and Long Jai fight there will be a big battle and the consequences can be worse. The Yaoming Valley and Qianlong Pavilion have problems with each other. Sooner or later there will be warfare. But not now. Meanwhile, Zhuo Fan attacks Yaoguan and kills him. Maybe Yaoguan fell into his trap, as did Long Jai too. Zhuo Fan expresses gratitude to Long Jai for his assistance and requests that this message is relayed to Master Ju. Long Jai tells what happened to Master Ju, and unexpectedly Zhuo Fan caused trouble and messed up Master Ju's family plan. Zio Nui doesn't understand, and Uncle Ju explains to her that at that time, Long Jai was there and everybody saw him. Then the kid killed Yaoguan in front of Long Jai, which means that even the people of Yaoming Valley and the Sun's family will blame them and Qianlong Pavilion will be responsible for Luo's deeds. Master Ju realizes that everything was planned by Zhuo Fan, according to Long Jai. He was nearly out of breath. Even though Yaoguan wants to attack him, he will not be able to move his body. But after Long Jai came to block Yaoguan's attack, he took the opportunity to recover and counterattack. His strength is now greater than before. Zhuo Fan has plans not for Yaoguan but for Yaoming Valley and Qianlong Pavilion when they are fighting. The Luo family can run away. Zhuo Fan is not afraid to offend. He thought when he sold the array formation to Master Ju, he knew how much Master Ju appreciated his honor for the family. So if they ignore Luo's family, he knows it will damage the honor of Qianlong Pavilion. They can only guarantee the safety of Luo's family until the end. Zhuo Fan was the most dangerous person Master Ju had ever met. Zhuo felt he is so weak and to avoid Kai and Sun family he became embroiled in a feud between the Seven family. It's impossible for him to protect himself and Luo's family, so he has to become powerful in a short period of time. A person patrolling on the way between the trees in the area of Kai's residence was killed by Zhuo Fan using Bloody Baby. Who is the 50th person? Zhuo Fan's wounds have not recovered yet after fighting with Yaoguan, so he needs Kai and blood to heal himself, and this way he can subdue the Kai family. He feels Kai pressure and finds Master in Kai's residence. Elder Jane and Son Jiaju come to meet Master Kai. Today, Yaoguan Elder Jane's disciple was killed by Qianlong Pavilion, but Kai has doubts that Luo's family killed him. Yaoming Valley and Qianlong Pavilion have long been hostile to each other, but no one party has dared to start first and break the balance between the 7 families of the empire. This time, Qianlong Pavilion killed his Yaoming Valley disciple with the Luo family's premises. As Zhuo Fan thought, because of their arrogance, the 7 families would rather believe that it was a conspiracy than believe the facts. Elder Jane comes to ask Kai for his assistance in keeping an eye on what Qianlong Pavilion will do. But it's Qianlong Pavilion, and Kai's family cannot offend them. Elder Jane orders him to deal with Luo's family, but it's supported by Qianlong Pavilion, and going against Luo family is the same as offending Qianlong Pavilion. Master Kai despises Zhuo Fan the most and refuses to go against Luo's family because Zhuo Fan can kill his son badly if he goes. Master Kai tries to delegate his task to the head of Sun's family, but they begin debating each other. Elder Jane gives a medium-level form of Flame Finger martial arts to Master Kai that is better than the low form he used. Elder Jane chooses a person from his Yaoming Valley to deal with Luo's family, who are on the Mountain of the Black Wind. Meanwhile, Elder Jane sees Bloody Baby, but he escapes, and he knows it's a skill of the Devil Cultivator. The Bloody Baby is Zhuo Fan's heart, and if its clone destroys the Bloody Baby within Zhuo Fan, the baby will die, and Zhuo Fan will most likely die as well. The state of Yaoming Valley and Qianlong Pavilion is stable, but soon someone will come from the Mountain of the Black Wind, and the Luo family will be in danger. Zhuo Fan can easily increase his strength using Bloody Baby. In less than 10 days, his strength and speed increased by double. Zhuo Fan opens the door. Miss fell down, and she is afraid that the wounds on Zhuo Fan might get worse, so she was guarding him and waiting for him to come outside. Now Zhuo Fan is alright, so she goes. Lao Peng was glad that Zhuo Fan is fine. His wounds are so bad that they thought Zhuo Fan would die, so Miss Young is guarding him the whole night. How could a demon magic emperor like Zhuo Fan be moved by such a woman's treatment? It must be the feeling of the Luo family boy all over again. Heart magic. Zhuo Fan asks Lao Peng to follow him to go to Qianlong Pavilion while Miss Young and Young Master stay. But they don't have to worry because, after yesterday's incident, no one has dared to touch them. Zhuo Fan and Lao Peng reached the Qianlong Pavilion. The guard said respectfully to come in, but Miss Long Nui didn't want to talk to Zhuo Fan, whether it was about business or the 7 families of the empire. It depends on their interests. How can they survive in the world if they become angry while discussing business or taking something into account? His friend Long Jie, on the other hand, is more mature than she is. The ability to think fast and acknowledge defeat is power too. Zhuo asks to forget about personal problems and talks about business. Meanwhile, Master Ju and Long Jai come, and Long Jai is surprised to see Zhuo Fan's wounds heal overnight. Master Ju knows what he is planning, and even though he is smarter, he is not smarter than Master Ju. Now it's enough, and Master Ju asks what he wants today. Juofan needs a residence for Luo's family, and it will be easy for Qianlong Pavilion to monitor them. Master Ju is controlled by a boy, which is not good. He is not at all comfortable. Juofan tells them that soon Yaoming Valley will attack Qianlong Pavilion. After hearing this, they don't trust him, but when Juofan tells them his appearance and name, Master Ju becomes angry. Elder Jane was the old man who destroyed Master Ju's right eye after this. He then trusts Juofan and tells him of a residence that is 100 meters away from here and that he can occupy. Master Ju wants to know where Elder Jane is in order to keep him safe. Juofan tells him that he last saw him at Kai's family, but that he might be at Sun's family now. Master Ju orders Long Jie to send a message to the family to instruct them to send more elders, and he doesn't want Jane Fan to leave the city alive. Luo's family reached a new residence that was referred to by Master Ju, where the guards are so strong that Juofan motivates Lao Peng so he can become the leader of the guards, but being like one of them is enough for Lao Peng. Juo predicts that one day Lao Peng will be the leader of the guards, and Miss Long Nui remarks that Juofan is not only deceiving others but also the people around him, and refers to him as liar. According to Miss Long Nui, with the Pang Tonglen qualification, he can only reach the 6th layer. She suggests a family like the Luo family should not daydream about being a big family because it takes hundreds of generations to become a big and strong family. Juofan asks Miss Luo to use Lingxi and climb to the roof to do a level 3 defensive formation, the Panglong formation, that only Master Ju can set up. Elder Jane feels the array activated and doubts whether it is an old ghost, and he thinks he doesn't have the ability to do it. Master Ju and others were also surprised to see the Panglong formation array, and it is as powerful as anything Master Ju can't set up. The person on the Mountain of the Black Wind also notices the array and has doubts that the plan will be executed earlier than the schedule, but Elder Jane is not reckless. Miss Long Nui asks Juofan what he has done. He said he just finished setting up the level 3 Panglong formation array. Juofan finds this formation is not enough to protect Miss completely, so he increases its level to 5 in the Jiyushin Panglong array. Even though only a few people have this ability in the Tainyu Empire, and there is no such talent in the 7 families of the Empire. Miss Long Nui was surprised to see that Juofan is a level 5 formation master, and how could a small family have such talent? Master Ju came and asked who set up the array formation, and he was also surprised to learn that it was set up by the butler of the Luo family. He told Long Jie to call him to talk, and Master Ju called Brother Juofan to let him sit down. Since Master Ju only calls a person brother whom he respects, Juofan called him Juji, and he accepted it and asked Juofan to join the Qianlong Pavilion. Master Ju gives the opportunity to Juofan to join the Qianlong Pavilion, and he promises Juofan will get better treatment, and will be a great elder. Even if the head of the Qianlong Pavilion sees him, he will be polite. Miss Long Nui thinks Juofan has no experience, and he is so young, so how could they accept him as the great elder? Juofan has already predicted that when he began the fight with Sun's family in Yaoming Valley, with the ability to set up a 5th level array formation if the Emperor met Juofan, he would treat the Emperor with respect. Juofan has some conditions. Miss Long Nui takes him tea and water, washes his feet, and warms his bed. But actually, he is kidding. Juofan is satisfied with Miss Luo in their home. He doesn't need anything. He just wants his Luo family to live in peace. Master Ju guaranteed the Luo family's safety and asked Juofan to be a great elder, but he rejected it because Miss Long Nui had insulted the Luo family and Juofan would make the Luo family prevail over the 7 families of the empire. It will be difficult for Luo's family to prevail. But Master Ju explains that Luo's family has Juofan, a 5th level genius. Even if they become one of the Empire's 7 families in the future, they will be the best secular family or alliance leader. Now Juofan wants to help Luo's family not to eliminate the heart magic but to cultivate the demon technique secretly, and nothing is impossible for the demon magic emperor Zhuo Yifan. Juofan enters the home, and Miss Luo congratulates him on a better future in Qianlong Pavilion. He rejects this and officially declares himself the butler of Luo's family. For 10 years, he will make Luo's family stronger than Qianlong Pavilion. Juofan uses Bloody Baby and discovers many guards are missing, possibly because they realized the Kai's family guard had vanished. Juofan chases the girl and discovers she was investigating the Qianlong Pavilion residence, and some other people are discussing in the room about the guard's position to enter the Qianlong Pavilion and kill all of Luo's family members and capture Luo Yunsheng. The young woman who is planning to attack Luo's family asks her about her brother Shaizhai and his relationship with Yaoming Valley. The young Miss people have doubts about Yaoming Valley because if they attack Luo's family, they are offending Qianlong Pavilion, which is one of the 7 families of the empire, and after the attack, they all will definitely be hunted. They want to attack Luo's family to heal Mr. Lao Zhai. The young Miss orders the guys to quickly go and get ready. Everything goes according to plan without any objection, and they all obey the young Miss. A little girl named Xiao Qi cheers up the young Miss. If his adoptive father is healthy, he will be much better than her, and she hopes that after this, she will get Huey Longsheng, which is the treasure of Luo's family. Meanwhile, Juofan arrives and inquires as to who told her Huey Longsheng can heal and invites her to accompany him. When Fan introduces himself, young Miss attacks him. But Fan injects the bloody baby and paralyzes her, then takes her and Xiao Qi to the Qianlong pavilion to ask some questions, and he has no evil intentions. If the young Miss answers honestly, Fan will let them go. The young Miss doesn't have anything dangerous. Fan asks about his identity and what she is doing in the city, but she doesn't answer. Fan asks her 3 times and tears the clothes off his shoulder, then she answers that she is the adopted daughter of Lei Yuding and that she came to get rid of Luo's family. Yaoming Valley will attack the Qianlong pavilion, and they will take this chance to attack the Luo family. Fan asks her about their relationship with Yaoming Valley, the benefits they get from them, and who is the mastermind behind this attack. She replies, "I don't know." Fan tears his clothes and gives her one last chance to maintain his dignity. If she refuses, he warns her and counts till 3, but she has not answered. Fan tears Xiao Qi's clothes off his shoulder, and she reveals that regarding Yaoming Valley, everything is handled by Mr. Yang. He is a disciple of the Master of Black Wind Mountain and young Miss Fiancé. One day the master was attacked by Luo Zhenin, the head of the Luo family, and his body was paralyzed and he was not able to speak. They sneak into the Luo family to take revenge. But unfortunately, they can't attack. Mr. Yang has planned. He makes a deal with Sun Guanjia to defeat the Luo family. Recently, Mr. Yang contacted Yaoming Valley to help them. Mr. Yang informed young Miss that the Master of Black Wind Mountain had been attacked by Luo Zhenin, and that Longjing could heal him. Meanwhile, Miss Luo arrives and is surprised to see Fan with 2 women, causing her to react strangely. He informed Miss Luo that they are members of Black Wind's Mountain, and he just interrogates them. Miss Luo becomes enraged and attacks Miss Yang, pleading for his father's life, but Fan intervenes. Fan believes there is something wrong between these 2 families, and he has doubted it's all Yaoming Valley's fault, but he has no reason to believe so. Fan asks Miss Lei to take him. He brings the Longjing to Black Wind's Mountain and tells Miss Lei that it is spiritual martial arts and cannot heal his father, and he just wants to know the truth. Perhaps Mr. Yang is lying to him. Yang Ming can easily ask the butler of Luo's family, who has served for decades, to rebel, and he can easily make a connection with Yaoming Valley, which is one of the 7 families. Now Miss Lei agrees to take Fan to the Black Wind Mountain. Fan becomes an old man to hide his identity and goes with Miss Lei to find the truth. Fan kept Xiao Qi but guaranteed his safety to Miss Lei. On the way, they pick up a guard who is Yang Ming's subordinate, and Miss Lei doubts feelings for Yang Ming grow stronger. They go to Yang Ming, and he asks her why she came so suddenly. She should be in Feng City. Yang Ming was told by his people that Fan and Miss Lei are there. Miss Lei says Yang Qianlong Pavilion is not easy to provoke. The people of Yaoming Valley are not reliable, and the mission is too risky, so she asked them to stay and observe the situation first. Yang tries to make him understand that his master treated them well, like their family, and he even dares to sacrifice his life so they can live comfortably while his master is suffering. Miss Lei introduces Fan, who becomes an old man who is a second-class alchemist master that she found. This alchemist can cure his master, but Yang tries to make her a fool by saying, "Those who are injured by Hui Longjing can only be healed by Hui Longjing itself." Old man goes to Yang to give him a chance to cure his master, but he attacks him. Yang is about to attack Old Man again, but Miss Lei steps in front of him and takes him here if Yang wants to hit. He has to hit Miss Lei first. She has doubts about how his brother can hurt his master while he is very concerned about him, but the old man says we should not see how they say but how they act. This is just a drama that Miss Lei and the old man are doing to know if Yang Ming is evil or good. The old man enters the room of his master to check on him and finds there are no wounds or internal injuries, but as he said, there is no disease his father has, it's a foreign object. Yang, through the old man in the prison, and Miss Lei, also when Yang asks her about Xiao Nui, agree. Yang feels something wrong when Miss Lei comes here and takes a second-level alchemist master. She definitely has doubts about him. The truth about Yang comes in front of Miss Lei. The old man continues his act and asks Yang to finish her and let him go, and he says he can cure his master. The old man has diagnosed his body and found he has toxins in it, which can be cured by the pills he made. As he says this, Yang moves quickly and he has to do his mission all alone, and when his mission is finished he will kill both of them. The old man uses the bloody baby to kill them all. Fan uses the bloody baby to force the guard to open the gate of the prison so they can get out. Fan and Miss Lei come out of the prison, and the guard asks her to forgive him. Yang Ming forces him to be part of Shaojai. Fan introduces himself to Miss Lai's father, and Fan tries to cure Miss Lai's father by sending bloody baby inside his body. Cultivators in the demon kingdom usually sacrifice and refine these demon insects, whether they are used for defense or attack. Demon insects are very important. Fan recalls that when he said there are foreign objects in Miss Lei's father's body, Yang Ming acts strangely and immediately traps them. Because Fan said the real problem with Miss Lei's father is that whatever he said is true. His father has a demon insect in his body, and Fan uses his demon to take the demon insect out of his body. Fan succeeds in curing his father. A demon insect comes out, and Miss Lei is about to kill it. But Fan stops because it could be dangerous, and he keeps the insect in a box, which is the snow silkworm. This creature is very hard to find, and it was born in an extremely cold area. Mostly people raise them as ordinary silkworms, like low-level demon creatures. This snow silkworm can't be removed in any way. Bloody Baby uses a technique to remove the larvae and made the worm think the vitality of the host would run out, so the worm came out because it can't get nutritious and can't do anything. They come out quickly from there and take out Miss Lei's father. Miss Lei was surprised to see there were 300-400 guards around, but all have died. One was left, but Fan killed him also because they have to eradicate the enemy until the root, and if they let him live, the news about their escaping will leak, and then not only are they in danger but also their friends in Feng City. Miss Lei's father supports this and thanks him. Miss Lei doesn't know if his choice to ally with him is right or wrong. But one thing is for sure, if she becomes his enemy, she will definitely die. After 10 days later, they reached Feng City, where little girl Xiao Nui met Miss Lei. Everyone in Luo's family is good except butler Fan. Miss Lei's father recognizes Yuncheng and Yunai and wishes both of Zhenen's children safety and health, but Yunchen has no idea who he is. Fan explains that he is the master of the Black Winds Mountain and the leader of the bandits in that attack. Yunjuang and Yuncheng become angry, as does Miss Lei, but his father stops her and accepts that the incident that happened to Luo's family was his fault and allows them to kill him. However, Fan describes the old man as having been detained and poisoned by Yangming for a long time. He can't move or speak, but he is better now, and the tragedy that happened to Luo's family has nothing to do with him. Originally, the old man is not aware that he brought a spy to his home who is the culprit for Luo's tragedy. Yunqing broke down after listening to Luo's fan. Miss Lei's father and Miss Luo's father are friends, but because Lei's father is Luo's father and because Luo's father died, Luo's father doesn't mention Lei's father's name to Yuncheng because Luo Zhenin is from a famous family and Lei's father is from a mountain bandit family, so he can't speak about his friendships. He is afraid to ruin the reputation of Luo's family, so they keep it a secret. In addition, Lei's ancestors ruled that they couldn't become enemies with the Luo and Kai families. Once Yunai's father told him that, they will live and die with Lei and Kai. But this rule has been passed down for a long time from generation to generation, and Lei's father has no kids to inherit it. Yangming stole Lei's family's Ling Jai low-level martial arts, which he gave to Tinger. Fan got what they wanted, so he ordered his people to stay there and wait for him to come. Fan goes to Brother Ju's house to tell him something important. But Long Nui and Long Jai say Uncle Ju can't meet him today. Fan tells them he went to check the movement of Yaming Valley and they will come soon and attack Kaianlong Pavilion. He tells his Uncle Ju that he will hide Luo's family and not involve them when they are destroyed by Yaming Valley. Uncle Ju calls him to come in, and he comes in and tells about the Yaming Valley. Meanwhile, someone hiding behind the chairs comes forward. The Master of Fire Magic and the Master of the Golden Dragon Body are sitting beside Brother Ju in front of Fan. But he's unable to see the power of these two, even though they're not far from the stage of God, one of the best in this land. He didn't expect there to be such strong people in the Kaianlong Pavilion. Master Ju praises Fan to their other elders and tells them that he is a level 5 array master. The Master of the Golden Dragon asks Fan if he will get more respect if he joins the Kaianlong Pavilion. The Master of Fire Magic understands Fan was crazy because he wanted to make a small family the strongest among the 7 families within 10 years. Others don't have such courage, but now Fan is humble because he is accustomed to Brother Ju, and he also understands him very well. If he meets a narrow-minded person, then he will be only seeking death. To him, it's not vanity but foolishness. Fan is, as Master Ju explains to the other 2 elders, someone who knows the person and then praises them. Master Ju was embarrassed when he met Fan for the first time, and the Elder Master of the Golden Dragon will also be embarrassed if he meets him for the first time. Elder Golden asks Fan where he got the information that Yaming Valley is about to attack, but he answers that he has a way that can't be explained. Elders ask about his master, and he answers the rulers of the 9 underworlds that if the name is heard by a member of the Holy Land, he will understand it relates to the demon magic emperor of the 9 hells. Fan takes 3rd level recovery pills, then asks to leave and informs Yaming Valley that an attack is expected in 2 or 3 days. Elder Golden thinks he's clever, and he knows his master is one of the strongest on the mainland Kaianlong Pavilion, so he needs to get along with him in the future. Comes back and gives a recovery pill to the old man to recover his strength quickly, which costs 1,100,000 spiritual stones. Sister Yuding is surprised to know this and thinks maybe the Luo family has a treasure in Gyeongjuang because they are so rich. Elder Jane praises Yangming for hiding on Black Wind Mountain for 10 years. Elder Jane orders Yangming to hand over this small mission to the little girl, but he says he resolves a problem that Elder Jane hit on Yangming's cheek and orders him to continue his work, and the operation will begin 3 days later. The Dark Moon Project has been arranged by families for more than 10 years, and Yang warns that if his mistakes ruin this plan, he will feel more than deaf. In addition, Elder Jane orders the execution of all of Luo's family members because Zhuo Fan murdered his disciple. Zhuo Fan, with one more step, will break through to the next stage and reach the 5th Kai Gathering Realm, but unfortunately, it stops at the 4th Kai Gathering Realm, so he can't go further. Zhuo Fan thinks it should absorb more energy from Black Wind Mountain people, but Zhuo Fan can't use Bloody Baby recklessly because it can be dangerous. Zhuo Fan seems to have a terrifying aura. Long Jiu is with all the masters at the Tiangshuan stage, and 2 other elders are preparing for an ambush. Elder Jane can't escape anymore. In the end, Qianlong Pavilion has been determined to fight Yaming Valley regardless of the outcome. With this, there will be no room for reconciliation for both parties, and the Luo family will be safe. Miss Luo and Lao Peng come out and ask what's going on, but Zhuo Fan orders them to go inside quickly because it is dangerous. A twister of red comes, and Elder Jane comes out of it. Master Ju is very angry about how he dares to come to Qianlong Pavilion to make trouble in his place. Elder Jane asks for justice because Zhuo Fan has killed the Yaming Valley disciple. Master Ju was trapped by Elder Jane in Loi City, and he destroyed his golden purple lightning eye. It is said that the golden purple lightning eye is the eye of the emperor, who is one of the 3 strongest emperors in ancient times, and that with one glance from the golden purple lightning eye, they will die. If it's destroyed or stolen by scheming, this grudge is more serious than killing their parents or stealing the wives of others. If the eye of God is there, Zhuo Fan will take the opportunity to steal it and put it in his plan. With his hatred, Mater Ju wishes to kill Jane. Elder Jane attacks, but Master Ju counters the attack. The other 2 elders ambush Elder Jane. Master Ju will not die in vain until he can kill Jane. Master Ju orders his brothers Wu and Sen to make sure to kill Jane. Brother Sen attacks Jane, but he counterattacks and Sen injures himself a little bit. Jane didn't expect Qianlong Pavilion to send Sen, the golden dragon, and Wu, the fire dragon, but Jane has the demon crow, who has a golden, purple lightning eye like Master Ju. The power of the demon crow entirely depends on its owner. Master Ju finds his golden purple lightning eye, which is not destroyed. Long Jui didn't expect that Elder Jane's crow has his famous golden purple lightning eye. If Master Ju wants to kill Elder Jane, he has to kill the god of the eye. The crow attacks Mater Ju, who becomes injured a little bit. His brothers try to kill Jane so that the crow will not kill them, but the crow attacks both of them. The golden purple lightning eye is so strong that it can even beat 3 masters of the Tiangshuan stage at once. Zhuo Fan is concerned that by doing so, Qianlong Pavilion will lose and Luo's family will perish. Brother Sen becomes angry and orders Liu and Wu not to move. He will look after the 3 heads once and explain how he came to be known as the Golden Dragon. The demon crow attacks, but San is overflowing with power and able to attack and stop the crow, so they attack together to stop and fight him. Unfortunately, they caught the Golden Dragon, but Zhuo Fan injected the bloody baby into Jane. The Golden Dragon attacked Jane, and he was unable to move because Zhuo Fan stopped him with the help of the bloody baby, and his hand was cut by the Golden Dragon. Jane understands it's a sneak attack by the Master of Demon Magic. Jane runs away, and the 3 elders chase them. Zhuo Fan leaves the hatred to them to resolve. After all, they have a long history of animosity. Zhuo Fan wants the Eye of God so much that there are very few things in the world that attract the Magic Emperor. He welcomes the VIP guests who will come. Qianlong Pavilion is attacked by Yaming Valley, and Long Jie is waiting for them to come. They will receive the consequences for going against the Qianlong Pavilion. Long Jie gives the order to kill them all, and Long Nui also kills them. They retreat, but Long Jie orders his guards to not let them escape and capture them. Zhuo Fan asks if this is how they capture tigers in the forest. The pride of Yaming Valley is so high that they even use Lei's family to destroy the Luo family, but still Zhuo Fan doesn't know why they do that. Yang Ming warns, give the Huilongzhang or Luo family people, they will die. Zhuo Fan warns Yang Ming and his followers not to go any further or they will perish. As Zhuo Fan tells him he is the butler of the Luo family, Yang Ming orders his people to quickly kill him and take his head as a reward. A person from Yang Ming attacks Zhuo Fan but is killed by him. After seeing this, Yang realizes he is a demon cultivator and asks who he is because Luo's family doesn't have someone like him. Zhuo Fan reminds him about the old man, saying he is a liar, and Yang Ming asks about the 2 who are here. Yang Ming is regretting that he did not kill Zhuo Fan before, but he can't because Xiao Qi was not there at that time. Yang Ming is feeling horrified. It's more dangerous than Yaming Valley, and he attacks Zhuo Fan with his full strength. But Zhuo Fan's defenses are strong, and Yang Ming becomes a little bit injured after hitting the defense globe of Zhuo Fan. While he is stronger than Yaoguan, he is still no different from the trash. Zhuo Fan attacks Yang, but someone stops him. Meanwhile, Miss Lei is saying to stop, but if he stops, all of those who attack him are their enemies, and he should not listen to her. Elder Yan comes in front of Zhuo Fan and orders Yang Ming to go back because he sees before him that Yang Ming has first-class talent, but in comparison to Zhuo Fan, he is an ant. Elder Yan gives Zhuo Fan a chance to work for Yaming Valley, and their grudge will end if Zhuo Fan accepts. He asks Elder Yan if he deserves to fight with him. Elder Yan kills his people on Black Wind's Mountain, and Miss Lei was surprised to see this. Zhuo Fan asks, if Black Wind's mountain is not his ally, how can he kill them casually? Elder Yun comments Zhuo Fan is a smart person, so he definitely understands what it means now that something has been exposed. They might doubt him, so it is better to kill them to get rid of the evidence. Zhuo Fan asks, who are they? In reply, Elder Yun says if he joins them, he definitely knows them. Zhuo Fan laughs as Yaoming Valley is the same as him, just like an ant. Even if he can't kill him, Zhuo Fan isn't afraid to die. Elder Yun attacks Zhuo Fan, but he defends himself through the array while Yangming tries to escape. Miss Lei chases him, and Zhuo Fan sends Bloody Baby with Miss Lei. Zhuo Fan attacks Elder Yun, but he dodges it. Elder Yun attacks Zhuo Fan, but he counterattacks. Elder Yun warns him of the Tiangshuan Stage Master's strength, which he cannot imagine. But Zhuo Fan also warns him of the 5th level array's strength, which he cannot imagine, and attacks with it. And Elder Yun is surprised to see that he is so young and can control a 5th level array. Elder Yun asks Zhuo Fan to join Yaoming Valley again, or else he will not let Zhuo Fan live in this world. Zhuo Fan attacks with the 5th level array again, injuring Elder Yun. Zhuo Fan wonders how he became Elder with this ability, and how his Yaoming Valley became one of the 7 families. Elder Yun becomes angry and says that even if he kneels down and asks for forgiveness, he will still kill him.